Hello everyone and welcome to lesson number 2. As promised, we're going to be working our way through the albums start to finish. So that means that song 2 on album 1 is the song SN1, which is the postcode for Swindon, obviously. So before we even start, this one is not going to be as straightforward as the last one. On album 1, I was experimenting with a particular guitar tuning a lot, and wrote a lot of the album. I wrote a lot of the album in that tuning. My friend Craig is the one that showed me the tuning, and I wish to God he never had, because I wrote so many songs in it. But to do it, you need to change all the strings on your guitar. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the tuning of the guitar. You don't need to change all the strings. That was an exaggeration. You just need to change some of them, because it's no longer E, A, D, G, B, A on the strings. What you do, you bear with me, it's an open D tuning, right? So that you can play nothing with the left hand and still get a nice D chord. So basically this one is normally an E, the top string or the thick string, whichever you want to call it. It's the top string in position, that's the top string in pitch. I never know which is which. Did not mean for that to rhyme. Anyway, so that goes down to D. That stays as A, that stays as D. The G, you have to take that string off, throw it away. Then you have to get a thinner string, but still wound, so not a nickel one, a wound one, and tune it up to A. So you go D, A, D, A. Then you take your B string, you take it off and you throw it away. And then you buy another of your thinnest strings. So whichever gauge you're using, I'm using 13, so that would be a 13, another 13. So these top two, or the bottom two, the thinnest two, are the same. They're both a D, exactly the same. And it creates that droning sound when you've got two together. So it's all D and A. Which is how I'm able to do the almost lead guitar parts with this hand, just by hammering on. For those of you who are new to guitar, a hammer on is when you don't pluck with this hand and you sort of bang the string with this hand. That's a hammer on. So there's a lot of that going on in this song. Oh, right. How to explain how to play this one? It's just a stupid song. Right, so the intro. You pluck the thick string and then you deaden it with your hand, like that. And then with these two strings, which is this one and this one, you pluck them, and on fret 3, second string, whatever string that. I don't know the names of the strings. Is that the second or is that the fifth? Who knows? It's the fifth. It's the second. I have no idea. It was your B, but now it's another D. So you pluck those two together. So it's, let me show you a close up. It's these two you're plucking. And you're holding down that one. And you slide it up. And then deaden it with this hand. Right, so that bit is when you've done the part, you then just pluck this one and let go. And you kind of pull it off. It's called a pull off, I think. You sort of go. So you sort of plucking the string a second time with the fretting hand, the left hand. Or right hand if you're playing it the other way around. So you literally just go down the strings. So this hand, one pluck. Okay, and then you just speed it up. So that's the intro, that's the main part of the intro. So you go bum. And then the last time you get your thumb over the top for the that note, whatever it is, and then this one, and then open. So that, just to make it more complicated, you grab a harmonic up on the 12th fret. 12th fret is up here, the one with 2 dots, most guitars, and then you just do a harmonic, which is, if you've never done harmonics before, it's great fun. You just sort of hold the string over the fret, lightly press your finger over the string, and then pluck, and it gets what's called a harmonic. It's a lovely thing to do, it's great fun. So, from the beginning. Sometimes I play the harmonic on the 12th, sometimes the 5th, sometimes the 7th. I generally do it different every time. It's just whatever I feel like, so. Anyway. Whichever you feel like. That's the intro. Once you've got that bit down, it's like that again, but strumming. So that is the same idea, but instead of it, you're just strumming at the same time. So okay, so to explain this one, you're plucking, then hammering off. Sorry, you're plucking, you're strumming, pull off, and then strum up. So you get 3 notes for the price of 1, essentially. So then you just do that on that one as well. So you go. You can just practice doing that. So. That's all on the what was your B string, leaving this one jangling on a D, which means you get that droning effect. So and instead of a harmonic, up to the 12th fret on those strings, on both of them, whichever you like, really. So it's. That's the second part of the intro. So then you've got your verses. Now the verses are a lot easier to play because you're just strumming one strum and then hitting the guitar, making the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So always kinda like to hear but never known why. And then the second chord is, with this tuning, what you can do is you can just play the bass strings, the thick strings, just the first 2. On fret 3, leave the rest jangling, and that's what that chord is. It doesn't have a name, that's just that name of that chord. Which is why sometimes you'll see me in songs not playing them like that, but like that. Because sometimes it's easier just to get the hand over the top, like that. It also looks like you're showing off a lot. So that's the other reason for doing it, because it looks cool. So, I always kinda like to hear but never know why. Or is it 4 beats? No, it's every 2. I always like to hear but never know why. I try and figure it out before the end of my life. So I'm just playing those 2. Sometimes I do it with that finger as well. I should do things the same every time, and I don't, and I apologise for that. So I always like to hear but never know why. I try and figure it out before the end of my life. I'm accustomed to it looks. Ruben, everybody. You want to make the blooper reel? Do you want letting out? Okay, I'll let you out. The verses, let's go. It's a strum, and then a hit of the guitar. I use my thumb on this part of the guitar because it makes a sort of sound. I used to do the butt of my hand on the body of the guitar to get a boom sound, but it broke the guitar quite spectacularly, so I don't recommend that. Just tap here with the thumb and you get a nice knock-in sound. So, sorry about that everyone, I had to let the dog out. I think he's just going to stay with us now. But that's alright, isn't it? Right, so verses. Big strum, tapping on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I've always kinda liked to hear, but never known why. I'll try to figure it out before the end of my life. I've grown accustomed to his looks and to it. Oh, he's gone. Looks into his ways. I'm pretty convinced it's where I'll spend the rest of my days. And then back into the same thing you did at the second part of the intro. And then back into the verse. I know it's got its problems and I know it's got its dives, but it's the people make it place and it's the people I like. I've seen a lot of towns and I've had a lot of fun, but I've only really ever truly lived in one. And then the upbeat to the chorus, I just give it, you hold the strings flat, not pressed down, just deaden them, and then that's how you get that noise. The chorus, now this is where it gets even more ridiculous. So for the chorus, it's up to fret 5, just holding down the bass strings again and let the rest of them ring. Familiarities never bred contempt, and then open. I've never really figured out what that meant. And then to get those stabs, I'm just deadening the strings. So what that meant. And by the way, I'm not using a plectrum for this song, obviously, because you need the dexterity, so you need to have some fingernails to play. I obviously don't have very good fingernails, I'm always biting them, but you get the idea. So, familiarities never bred contempt. I never really figured out what that meant. No matter where I travel, no matter where I run, the sunny hills of Wiltshire that I'll always call home. Fret 3, it's just open, 2 and 5 and 3 are the only ones you really need for the majority of this song. So, I'll always call home. Intro again. Verse 2, chorus again, and then you get the bit in the middle with the slappy and the tappy. So after chorus 2, so I'll always call home. So big old strum on the open, and then with your thumb, and then get 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, whatever you like, and you hit this bit, this part of the guitar. So you're just treating it like a bongo, so that kind of thing. It's so slow. And then you get a bum bum, which is 3. Sometimes I do like that, remember? It's just showing off. 5, 3 again, and then crying whams. Yeah, grab the thick strings and then slide down to fret 5. At which point you go over with the thumb for those 2, because for this bit you have to play those bass strings with the thumb, because you need the rest of your fingers to play the lead bit. Who wrote this song? It's ridiculous. So you need your 3rd finger, your middle finger and your 1st finger, whilst holding this one down, to be able to do the pull-off thing we talked about earlier on 7, 5 and 3 on the very thinnest string, just getting that one. And then it's open, and then the pull-offs on those same 3 again. And then run down the strings like you do at the very, very beginning. So it's just that whole thing is generally be straight. And because it's in an open tuning, it doesn't matter if you hit all the other strings at the same time, because they're all the D's and the A's that you want in the chord anyway. So at the end of the instrumental, sorry, back on the bass strings, those 2 again. And that little bit is a little pull on those bass strings, so you just bend them slightly. So you just go, but not maybe that much, but just a little bend. So the middle section, Then you get one more verse and a double chorus, and then you can say the word Wiltshire in a Wiltshire accent, and that's the song. So the different parts to remember, let's recap. The intro, the very first part of the intro. Big pluck on the thick string, deaden it. That little slide up. And then just the hammer-ons and pull-offs. Then your harmonics, 5, 7, 12, whichever one, they all sound nice. Then the strummy part of the intro. And the verses. 3. And then the choruses. 5. And then the ridiculous bit in the middle. So what we'll do now is, now you know the different sections. Again, if you need to recap, just rewind the video, go back and watch those bits. Hopefully I've gone through them in enough detail. So what we'll do now is we'll play the song from the start to the end, and we'll try and get it right. I say we because I'm definitely going to get it wrong as well. So don't worry about that. So here we go then. Let's play SN1 together from the start. Ways. I'm thinking this is where I'll spend the rest of my day. I know it's got its problems and I know it's got its dives, but it's the people make a place and it's the people I like. I've seen a lot of towns and I've had a lot of fun, but I've only really ever truly lived in one. Familiarity's never bred contempt. I've never really figured out what down there. No matter where I travel and no matter where I run, it's the sunny hills of Wiltshire that I'll always call home. From the winding lanes of Bewsey to the Marlborough Downs, the guns of Salisbury Plain to the industrial where I'm travelling, no matter where I'm from. The sunny hills of Wiltshire, that I'll always call home. Wow, Ravel. Honestly.